Grand Rising, wonderful souls, and welcome to Bronwen's Cove Tarot. This is a timeless collective reading on what is coming forward. If you are a new face, welcome in. If you're an old one, welcome back, my lovelies. Nice to see you. Thank you for your likes, your shares, your comments, and your subscribes. Thank you for your donations. They are always deeply and truly appreciated. And thank you for your emails. Email sharing confirmation, sharing stories, and booking readings. My readings are open. There is a 48 to 72 hour turnaround time for my readings. However, if you need something a little bit speedier, I do offer an emergency service which goes out within 12 to 24 hours. With that being said, there is still someone going through the comment sections here and there, pretending to be me, pretending to be a light one, pretending to make up to 37,000 in crypto in 1 week. Okay, the whole thread is a scam. If you see any response from me, or you see anything dodgy like this with WhatsApp me, I can get your love back and blah, blah, blah. See it for what it is. Please just block and report, because any messages from me will always have a highlighted black banner, okay? And I will never run after you or solicitate donations or anything else like that. And I will definitely not give out a WhatsApp number. The only way to contact me is by looking in the description box of any of my readings and looking for the emails, the 2 emails that are on there. Now, the energy I pick up on is fluid, it's timeless, meaning I can be picking up on past, present, or future energy, or an amalgamation of all 3. So you have to take what resonates, leave the rest, please. If I say he, she, masculine, feminine, male, or female, please remember we all hold these energies. So this reading could be for you, it could pertain to the person you're thinking of, it could be for another light one, divine counterpart, or someone completely different. Please do not make the story fit if it doesn't. If it does not resonate with you, please have a look at some of my other readings. If none of them resonate, either the messages aren't for you or you may benefit from a personal reading. Let's get into this. Now, the energy that's coming up is big arrests are about to be made, or they've just been made, okay? And I keep hearing that tattoo. That tattoo. Someone having a tattoo. And let's see what wants to come out. I've been told to shuffle some more, okay? So I'm going to keep shuffling until I'm told to go. So let's see. If someone has a tattoo on their arm, which is evidence. And there's something about this evidence being right in front of whoever is investigating, right in front of their faces, okay? And I heard slipped up. Someone may have not noticed this yet. Whoever it is that is leading a case. Okay, let's see. Can I go? No, I've been told to keep shuffling. Let's see. Are you ready? Okay, let's go. So tell me about this arrest about to be made and tattoos. Tell me about the tattoo. Now we've got on here, and it says meditation upside down and the aim of life. This is also to do with kind of like blocking what's right in front of you, okay? Or whoever this person is that has this tattoo. Because I heard brainwashing, the aim of life. And then you have the rose and the sword. Yeah, there's no clarity. Because when I think of the rose and the sword, I think of that little deck that I have, a little black deck. And all of the images are printed in either silver or white. And the rose and the sword is usually about clarity, confirmation, you know, transformation, things like that, kind of getting that aha moment or getting the information that you want. And also, do not judge is upside down, and awareness. You have somebody here, because I'm getting more than one energy. It's like there's either a private investigator or someone who is investigating this has seen some sort of common denominator, okay? Whether that's on the news, whether that is, you know, going through social media, or just looking at signs and synchronicity, or collecting evidence, okay? Because meditation upside down, someone's very, very ungrounded, or something's done something that's very ungrounded. The aim of life here. And you see that this, you know, you look at that ocean, it's very tumultuous, very rough. Because why did I hear a cult or a sect? There's something here about taking in people when they're at a point in their life where everything's very rough, where they're at a crossroads of some sort, where they don't really know what their next step is, okay? And there's something also with illusions, keeping people, why am I hearing keeping people unbalanced and brainwashing, okay? And do not judge. With this upside down, especially with, you know, condensing that down to a 4, this is about foundations. This is about family. This is your sacral chakra. It's how you birth things into the, you know, into this world. Whether that's ideas or just connecting to your feminine divine. With this being upside down, this is limiting someone's, because I heard sexual aspect. but not just their sexual body, because you've got to remember we have so many layers to our body. We have our physical body, we have our emotional and sexual, we have our astral, which is also linked into our emotional, higher and lower mental. We have all the facets of our spiritual body, and so on and so forth. But this do not judge. This is also because I'm hearing that the rings go out far and wide. The rings go out far and wide. Somebody is investigating this. They're investigating it's either a cult, a sect, but it's all to do with vulnerable souls who are kind of made, there's some sort of illusion that's put over them, okay? Because with this awareness, I don't know if somebody who's in this group has woken up to what's happening, if there's been alarm bells, or if this is an energy, because I'm getting more than one person outside of it has kind of began to kind of like investigating this and placing all the dots together. And there's something to do with tattoos, okay, the weight, and then you've got true wealth underneath. This is a quick buck. Whoever's doing this, because I keep hearing organized crime, it's a quick buck. It's a way to move what they see as their product far and wide. I heard to happy customers or satisfies customers, but this is something that is done very quickly, okay, with the weight upside down and with true wealth. Okay, so this is disempowering others. It's not true wealth. It's not actual abundance. It's money. It's hard, cold cash. Okay, and you've got the true path upside down. Look at that, and look what's on there. Okay, two people joined in an intimate act. Okay, this being upside down, this is almost like it's giving me the energy of like prostitution. And when you think of, I've got another deck down there, it's the archetypes, and it's the red on the back. I'll show you what I mean. It's these ones. And one of them is about prostitution. It's about creating wealth at the detriment to your own empowerment. Now these have all, oh, this one's now hidden. Let's have a look. Let's see what else wants to come out. Anxiety and corruption. So someone here is sweating under the collar, okay? Someone's very, very anxious, because that's very interesting that both of them have tigers in here. And I'm going to quickly, I want to know the spiritual meaning of tiger, because there's going to be definitely a message in there. Let's have a look. Spiritual meaning of tiger.
According to Uni Guide, tiger...
So we've got here, tiger symbolism and meanings include strength, cunning, majesty, independence, and immorality. Interesting. And it says here they are native to Asia, Siberia, Russia. Tigers appear in mythology and folklore of many cultures throughout many regions and beyond. So this is also showing that reach, those rings going out. I don't know if this is having different cells of this happening, where they move from place to place, where they have people put on planes. Because with that brainwashing coming through, this is giving me, especially with that you know, the path, and it being two naked people, this is some sort of trafficking. This is some sort of sex trafficking or something along those lines. And with that organized crime coming out and arrests being made, there's a common, like I said, there's a common denominator, excuse me, with either tattoos, markings, branding, something along the lines, okay? And I keep hearing, watch the news, because it's all coming to light, okay? Now with this on here, with having two tigers, and it's symbolizing, you know, strength, cunning. Cunning is something like, you know, it's having that kind of analytical mind. And when the energy that I'm getting here, especially with immorality coming up, this is an organized crime that has been going on for a very long time. Now, who is it that's very stressed out? Who out of these people are who's stressed out? Who has anxiety? And you have here, life is dialectic, and it's upside down. Okay. And I need to actually Google what dialectic means. Excuse me. I learn a new word every day. Dialectic. Okay. How interesting. Okay. So the meaning of the word dialectic is the art of investigating or discussing the truth of opinions. And it's upside down. Okay. Someone is very, very stressed out. And what I'm getting from this is that whatever you are investigating. Whether that's in a professional manner or whether that is just something that has piqued your interest. Whether there's something that is pulling you to go down that rabbit hole and look more into it. And as you see those signs and synchronicities, someone is really, really anxious that you're doing this and they want you to stop. Because look, you've got the art of relaxing coming up as well with 1-1. The more that you are meditating, the more that you are grounding, the more that you are knowing yourself and learning about your I am presence, is blowing wide open what they're doing over here. Because the energy that I was getting was kidnap you or take you, and they weren't able to, okay? Because this is more than just a crime syndicate. If you look at my previous reading, it was talking about them having their own oracle, okay? So they're obviously using, this is what is happening on this realm, but they're obviously using something else on other realms to try and keep a cover over them, okay? Now, you've got a vicious circle upside down. This is also about karmic cycles. And also, do you know what? Because this is to do with some sort of, there's been so many readings talking about covens and sex and cults and things like this. This being upside down, it's not so much about it being disbanded, it's about it being outed. It's being outed. Wow. And then you've got pain purifies. The more that you are looking into your past, the more that you are connecting dots, the more that you are healing, the more you are removing some sort of cover or illusion that's been placed over these people. Okay? And it says here, be careful. And a vicious circle upside down. Now this here, with it being in reverse, this is about truth and deceit. Okay, and be careful. This is the ending of some sort of deceit. Now they're being, I would have taken this as being quite a direct message. Be careful on what it is that you're looking at. No, 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 no. That is what they wish for you. They wish for you to be treading carefully, because they're worried that the more that you heal, the more that you grow, the more that you use your words of power and truth, the more that you're conversing with this, with like-minded people. Okay, the more that you're doing this, the more it's outing them. Oh, and that be careful. This is where that anxiety is coming from. This is where that anxiety is coming from, because you've also got here interdependence, and it's upside down. You've also got existence as liquid and totality. Okay, this is the more that you are looking into yourself, the more that, especially, you know, existence is liquid, the more that you're learning about other dimensions, the more you're learning about the layers of your chakras, the more you're learning about your own consciousness, your spiritual consciousness, the more this is pushing against them. This is really uprooting them. It's uprooting them. Okay, and with this totality here, there is definitely the energy of submission and dominance. Wow. Okay, let me put this one over here. Part of this group, part of how they are able to kind of move in silence for so long, and I've been seeing a lot of videos lately on, you know, sex trafficking and kind of like the a lot of the people who have survived this talking about it. And it's not the same as when you watch films with Liam Neeson and it was Taken. You know, it's not dramatic. It's not, you know, snatching someone in a car and wow, off they go. A lot of it is where they are taking people that are already in very vulnerable states. And they are telling them that they're going to be able to help them with certain things, and then brainwashing them. Because when you look over here with the rose and the sword, and then interdependence upside down, this is very much about removing that skill of leading with your intuition, of there's a red flag, something's gone wrong, I shouldn't be here, or I'm not, you know, I'm not tapping into myself, I'm following what someone else is telling me, and they're telling me it's for my own good. Okay, because you've got crystallize yourself, and then it says renew yourself. So there is a call, especially as this energy is shifting, especially as, you know, the more that you watch the news and the more you see these things happening, you know, celebs getting arrested, you know, mob bosses getting arrested, all of these things being outed, okay, you're being asked to ground yourself, ground yourself, whether that is going outside and taking your shoes off in the grass, whether that is watching certain, you know, videos that uplift you and remove certain energies that you don't want in your auric field. Keep doing so, because the more that this is being outed, the more that these people are closer to being arrested or have been arrested, the more they're going to start outing other people within those rings, the further rings that go out. So the more they're going to up anything that they can to stop you from healing, because our energy and our actions, they have a ripple effect. The more that we are lighting ourselves up, the more we heal ourselves, the more that we are standing in authentic light, the more other people are seeing that are on that path to healing and recovery, and, you know, and kind of exploring who they are, and that inspires them to light up, and then they do that for other people, and the more they're doing that, the more that law of polarity is now snapping back. Wowee. And look at this, crystallize yourself and the mistake. So let's find out what the mistake was. Now, I don't usually use this deck, so that was very interesting. Do you want to take these? Interesting. Now, I've been told to take out this deck, and I don't use it that regularly. Oh my gosh, to the point that the actual tape has gone back on it. Now, these are Shakespeare playing cards, so I'm going to be using this little book here. And it has 4 different suits, okay, just like in a normal deck. So what I would like to do is shuffle and just get a main theme that they'd like us to look at, okay? But tell me, I want to know more about these tattoos. Tell me more about the running theme for this reading. Okay. And we have here the Gravediggers, and that's a 2, okay? And then over here we have Anthony and Cleopatra, and that's an 8. And we also have, Sebastian and Olivia. So let's place these down. You want that one there, that one in the middle, at the end, and this one in here. Okay. And on the back we have Nurse in reverse. And that already is telling me that someone here has been poisoning. Are they poisoning someone against you and your identity, your health? What's going on here? So the first one we're going to look at is Gravediggers, okay? So let's see what wants to come out. Beep, 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 beep. Let me have a look. So the ones that we're going to be looking at are Fools and Jesters, okay? And those are represented by the clubs. And the Gravediggers say, where are you? The Gravediggers. And it says on here, while digging Ophelia's grave, these 2 fools tell jokes and riddles and argue whether Ophelia committed suicide, which would prohibit a Christian burial, concluding it is easier for the rich to unalive themselves than the poor. Then Hamlet appears in disguise. When Hamlet appears in disguise, they show him the skull of an old jester, Yorick. That's really interesting, especially the part saying it is easier for the rich to unalive themselves than the poor. What I'm taking from this, though, is that somebody here is seen as someone has been kind of classed as a fool or an idiot, especially within this organization. Now, if you look at my previous reading, there was a warning that was given to someone because they were embarrassing themselves. They were acting as if they were a gangster, or if they were part of this group, when really they're on the lowest rungs. They're seen as a fool, as a jester. Okay, this person, whoever this person is, has some sort of evidence, because especially when I read the last bit, when Hamlet appears in disguise, they show him the skull of an old jester, Yorick. There's something here with them having evidence. Whoever is classed as the fool or seen as the fool, whoever it is that's on the outside kind of looking in at this, you know, this crime syndicate or this organization, wishing they were part of it. There's something here where I will get the last laugh. And we go back to kind of Ophelia committing unaliving, excuse me. There may have been some sort of intent or wish or actions that they wanted to take to bring this towards a light one, be that you, the person you're thinking of, or another light one, because whatever it is that you are focusing on right now in light, in love, in balance with yourself is having such a detrimental effect to the things that they're trying to keep covered. Now this, with that energy of be careful, It's not saying do not heal, do not grow, do not continue on your path, but be aware of the energy around you. And that actually came up in my previous reading, of reading the energy, because there's an energy shift coming in. Now, I also wanted to read, should I read the nurse? Yeah, okay. So the nurse underneath was upside down, and the nurse is also seen as a fool or jester. And it says for nurse, when her daughter Susan died, there's a lot of death, isn't there? Nurse became baby Juliet's wet nurse. She has looked after her ever since. She's the one Juliet confides in when she falls in love with Romeo. Nurse likes rude jokes and often gets words wrong and never claimed to be wise. I don't know what this is. This is somebody who I'm getting with those vulnerable souls, whoever these vulnerable souls are, this person is involved in kind of mending them, looking after them, being the motherly figure. But I'm also getting this person is on a low rung. Okay. They're also on a low rung. And I look at this, and this is the Joker. This is somebody who is a trickster, who wishes to have a lot higher, what's the word, hierarchy than they do. But this again, when her own daughter passed away, Nurse became baby Juliet's wet nurse. She has looked after her ever since. She's one of Juliet's, she's the one Juliet confides in when she falls in love with Romeo. Nurse likes rude jokes, often gets words wrong, and has never claimed to be wise. Whoever it is that's on the outside, whoever it is that has this evidence or has something that can take down, especially those on the higher rung of this crime organisation, especially pertaining to sex trafficking, whether that be children, vulnerable women, vulnerable men. This person over here has been confided in quite a lot, okay? Because I heard they orchestrated some sort of connection. But this person comes across as a matriarch, they come across as a carer, they come across as very motherly, all right? They have information also, and I heard it will bring it all down, that will bring it all down. Now, I want to look at these two over here, because I know with hearts they're about lovers, and something else that was said about the nurse, when it's talking about, you know, she's the one that Juliet confides in when she falls in love with Romeo. Whoever this outside energy is that has evidence, they may have had some sort of relationship with someone in this crime syndicate, or someone who's attached to this crime syndicate and this sex trafficking, and there's some sort of dysfunctional relationship. Because when you think of Romeo and Juliet, everyone's like, you know, it's a beautiful story about love and blah blah blah. They unalive each other, they unalive themselves at the end of it, okay? It's a really dysfunctional relationship when you look at it, okay? There is this energy of being star-crossed lovers coming from whoever this is who's on the outside, who is the gravedigger energy. Because that gravedigger also, when you think of gravediggers, I'm also getting like grave robbers, people who go along after the person's been buried and take all their gold and things like that, what they used to do a very long time ago, and then take that and pawn it off. This person over here is an opportunist, okay? And whatever it is that they have, they've gone quiet about it, because it's not even now about, I'm going to bribe you if you don't do this, this and this, because it's been blown wide open. This is more kind of, I want to hold on to this, and maybe at some point I can produce this as a way to dig myself out of the hole or grave that I've dug for myself, okay? Now, I want to know more about which one or two? Okay, Anthony and Cleopatra. Anthony and Cleopatra, where are you, the lovers? Let's have a look. And we have Anthony and Cleopatra. Mark Antony rules the Roman Empire with two other men, Lepidus and Octavius, excuse me. And that is Caesar's adopted son. Anthony marries Octavius's sister, Octavia, but his true love is Cleopatra, Queen of Egypt. When the three rulers quarrel, Anthony abandons Octavia for Cleopatra and sets them both on a path to destruction. So there you go. Something that has happened between whoever this gravedigger energy is, this fool, this jester, and that's how they're seen by this entire corporation, this person over here. something that's happened here, because they see themselves as Juliet, and whoever it is that they're involved with was their Romeo. But this person has separated, has either left them high and dry, left them without money, left them without foundations, or has just removed themselves, okay? And I heard cut cords, or is tying up loose ends. This has been a catalyst for this person over here to be sending things towards a light one, because whoever it is, you may be, seen as the Cleopatra, irregardless of gender, okay? Because if I read that again, Mark Antony rules the Roman Empire with 2 other men. So this person, whoever it is, that is looking towards you, or has separated from whoever this gravedigger, full jester energy is, they may have been an entrepreneur. They may have had a big business, okay? They may have been connected to very powerful people, and their business was part of their empire was working within this organization, doing what they were doing. But they had I keep hearing a family man or a family woman kind of facade or mask. Now this person has moved away from either a side piece, a mistress, a third party, whoever, and I heard they had kids or they have children, okay? Please have a look again at my previous reading. This person may have been married to them, or they may have been in like a civil partnership. They may have, I don't know, but they were together, okay? They may have been cohabiting as well. This person's moved away and is now looking towards this light one, be that you, the person you're thinking of, another light one, and it has just put a massive spanner in the works for this organization. This person didn't realize that when they moved away from this energy over here, that this energy over here would still feel like they were, there's something here about feeling like they have importance because of association. So if they were married to this person, because of this person's underworld or crime syndicate or organization kind of associations and connections, this person was aware. They were very, very aware. They still feel like they have that protection, and they've done something that has messed up this organization. They've done something and they have evidence, okay? Now this anxiety is either coming from, Anthony, the Anthony energy over here, or maybe from both of them, okay? That gravedigger energy as well. Because with that corruption card coming out, that anxiety, do you know what I'm getting? It's not even going to be from both of them. It's going to be going across this organization and all of the connections that they have. Because if someone at the head is being arrested, it means that whatever spiritual protection that they were using isn't working. It isn't working where it was before. And if it's not working, why isn't it working? Who has stopped it from working? And that means that those at the top, if they're already being looked at, everybody else to the lowest rung is being looked at. And every single connection they have at some point is going to be pulled in. It's going to be looked at. There's going to be a light shone on them, okay? Because again, Mark Antony rules the Roman Empire with 2 other men, Lepidus and Octavius, okay? Caesar's adopted son. So you have a younger energy in here who's also involved, and another business partner. And it has come up in readings before about a government official, a police officer, a sheriff, a prison warden, someone there, a male energy that has connections to this person, whether they are brother, family member, friend of a family, something along these lines. That person was also working with them to build this empire up, okay? And it says here, Anthony marries Octavius's sister, Octavia. Did I say that right? Yeah, their names are so similar. Which means that whoever it is that he's been working with, that's the sister over there. Ooh, okay. But his true love is Cleopatra, Queen of Egypt. We're talking about a light one. We're talking about someone who has a royal Egyptian bloodline. So this person over here has been holding a flame for either you, the person you're thinking of, another light one, or a divine counterpart. They may have been holding a flame for you for a very long time. And I heard the one that got away, because I keep hearing submission, submission, submission. Whoever this masculine energy is that I'm getting, and remember, we all hold masculine energy, so it could be male, could be female, could be in between. It's up to you to take it as it resonates. But this person likes whoever it is that they're with to be very submissive, which is why they have got into this in the first place. Okay, and it says here, when the three rulers quarrel, Anthony abandons Octavia for Cleopatra and sets them both on a path to destruction. There you go. All right, so this person over here is definitely blaming this person for leaving them and for everything that is happening. And there may be questions at the moment from whoever their contacts are within this, wherever they are placed, because I'm getting that this person may have started on the lower ranks and may have, as they incorporated more money and got more money and got more money and had their sibling kind of, you know, branching out, getting more contacts and building and bringing more money in, they were pushed up and pushed up and pushed up. Now, I also want to have a look at Sebastian and Olivia, okay? Now we have Sebastian and Olivia, and this is a 3, because this is all about abundance, isn't it? This is all about money and abundance, and this being upside down, this person is extremely unbalanced, and this one is losing a lot of money. It's not just about going to prison. I keep hearing their assets are going to be seized or something along those lines, or they're being looked into in that area. Like, where's their money come from? How have they been able to do this? Because Sebastian and Olivia, it says, Countess Olivia was sworn she will accept no proposal of marriage for 7 years. Unfortunately, she then falls in love with a page called Cesario, who is secretly a woman, Viola, and also in love with someone else. Only then Viola's brother Sebastian arrives does she have any hope of happiness in love. So this is doppelganger energy. This is some sort of, I don't know why I got this. I got this before. This is, I don't know how they're pulling them in, but there's something to do with like a love agency or a love scam or something along this lines to reel people in. Okay, because this is definitely either doppelganger or catfishing in some way. Because I'll read it again. Countess Olivia has sworn she will accept no proposal of marriage for 7 years. Unfortunately, she then falls in love with a page called Cesario, who is secretly a woman, Viola, and also in love with someone else. Only when Viola's brother Sebastian arrives does she have any hope of happiness in love. So this brings us full circle back again. Whoever this gravedigger energy is, the one that's been left behind, the one that has evidence that, you know, ties in this person over here to everything that they've been doing, along with confessions or witness statements from whoever this maternal energy is. This person, the brother, wow, okay. When Viola's brother Sebastian arrives, does she have any hope of happiness in love? This person wants to come in as Sebastian. He wants to come in as, you know, this brother figure, someone who seems very familiar to you, but it's all a ruse. This is how this person was thinking they were going to come round and kind of catfish you, because you've already had this person over here creating fake accounts or doing something illegal that was supposed to link you in to this. It was supposed to link you into this. And there are earlier readings that I did about someone wearing like sunglasses and a wig, or, you know, trying to practice your accent, how you walk, how you stand, how you sigh, how you look when you're in a relaxed state, and things like that, to do something. Okay, and I did do a reading talking about them filming it and trying to connect that in and mix that in with a montage of videos that are of you, okay, and sending this in as some sort of evidence and it being outed and them seeing that this doesn't work. So this person has been playing for a very long time. They're very upset that this person has walked away, but why is there such a personal vendetta against you is what I want to know. Okay, so let's move these out of the way, because this as well, 3 is about expansion. Okay, this person's definitely got their eyes set on you. They've got their eyes set on you. And I keep getting the energy of like 50 Shades of Grey. And I know that there were so many people that went and watched it. Like, and I say naive people, and I say that without judgment. And, you know, people going, oh my gosh, I wish that, you know, Christian Grey was my man, and blah, blah, blah. But when you actually look at that film, forget about the fact that it's a horribly written book. No, I am judging that. It's a horribly written book. The film and the book itself is encouraging dysfunctionality coming from both sides. You know, if someone likes being a submissive, another one likes being dominant, and it's done in a healthy way, fine. You know, that floats your boat, that floats your boat. But when you look at the premise of this man in 50 Shades of Grey, he is oppressive, he represses his own emotions, his own trauma, and he holds domination over women in sex, in which should be intimacy, which should be how your souls kind of connect, you know. This person sees themselves as a 50 Shades of Grey and ignores all of the shadow aspects that he has, but there's something here about him enjoying seeing other people squirm. This is heavy. This is like palatable, heavy energy, okay? And you've got the Eight of Swords here to the Wheel of Fortune. This is trapping. There's something about trapping you or the person you're thinking of, because I heard kidnap attempt and it went wrong. There's been multiple and it keeps going wrong. Look, Ace of Cups. There was some sort of wish, want or intent, okay, from both parties over here. And I heard I agree, whoever the sibling is over here, to try and trap you. They wanted you to be part of this, okay? And you've got the Seven of Wands here to the Ace of Cups. It was about self-sabotage, because the Seven of Cups can be about competition, or it can be about no competition, or it can be about internal competition. The thing that they did not expect was the strength of will, the strength of faith that you have in yourself. Because I don't know how long there have been towers in your individual life or the person that you're thinking of, but I assume that there's been quite a few. What they did not expect, and because the thing is, the people that they target are those who have a lot of potential, those who have, you know, potential to become ascendant masters, to become, you know, grand light workers, high priestess and high priestess, shamans. You know, they're not just picking specific people, you know, just any old randoms. There were certain people they were picking because of their light. And quenching that light for them was enjoyable, which is why they were looking towards you or the person you're thinking of. However, they were not expecting you to have gone through so many towers and still be standing strong. Even when you don't feel it, you're still going through that tower rather than letting it knock you down and not get back up again. Okay, so part of what they were trying to do was quench that, get rid of that. Okay, which is why, you know, I'm surprised that the Tower card in reverse hasn't come out, because the Tower in reverse is about continued oppression. Now tell me more about this. Intent. And you've got here Two of Pentacles. It brought in a lot of balance. Now this person here is still looking towards a light one. They see a light one as having infinite balance, of having infinite abundance. And you've got here Three of Wands to the Emperor. So this person is forging forward. They're still trying to find a way of getting towards you, but I keep hearing etherically. This person is etherically trying to tether to you, and there is an encouragement for those that it resonates with to be doing at least verbal or visual cord removals daily, finding meditations, finding grounding techniques, whatever it is that you do on your individual spiritual practice to remove cords, to remove unwanted energy. Okay, because you've got Elder of Cups here. This person is very, because I heard a maniac. I heard the word maniac. This person has very strong narcissistic traits. And remember, I'm not a therapist. I don't have any license or any qualifications in that area. But that's the energy that's coming through. Someone who's very cunning. Someone who is, just like the energy of that tiger, immoral. Very, very immoral. And you've got here the Hanged One, but this person has a lot of blockages in their way. And you look at that the card of the Hanged One. This person is planets away from you. That's the distance in between, energetically as well as physically. And tell me more about this investigator. Tell me about this investigator. What's he have? And let's have a look. Explorer of Wands. This is something fast-paced, fast-moving. This investigation it's gone from being a really slow kind of just Just watch, take photographs, collect evidence, watch that person. Are there any dots? Can I line them up? To this investigation is speeding now. It's speeding because there are so many connections that are dotting together. And what I did get when I was channeling is that this investigator knows that this person over here has some sort of logbook, book of shadows, whatever you want to call it, that has damning evidence, okay? And that comes back to this person knowing they have evidence. So they may be sweating under the collar because there may have been an intent at some point to bribe this person, to reel them back into them. And now it's gone, it's past the mark or whatever it is of no return. This person knows that won't work now, okay? And if they try doing this, that may have been why they were told to back off as well and to stop stepping on these people's toes. It wasn't just about doing some sort of ritual or spell that backfired. That was part of it, but they may have at some point tried to out them or try to bribe them and say, I'm going to do this and this, not realizing they're not just outing this person over here. They'd be outing all of them here. That might be where they're sweating under the collar. Because you've got here, yeah, look, the devil to the eight of pentacles. May have been going, give me money, give me this, give me that, or this is going to happen. And this, wow, this person may have been the one that turned around and said, do you know what you're doing? Because you're not threatening me, you're threatening an entire crime syndicate. My neck's on the line. If you're threatening me and I go back and tell them what you're doing, you're gone. Gone. Whoa. So now this person is really confused about how they're going to get money. How do they get money? They may have a child, like I said, they may have a child together. How do they support themselves? How can they? So that may be the route of going, well, I'm going to take you to court then for child, you know, for child maintenance. And look at this. 10 of Wands to the 8 of Pentacles. This is also burdens with money. So this person is burdened with money. This one over here, he's losing everything because you've also got 10 of Wands to the Hanged one. Something that was supposed to be burdening you. There was something that they were trying to trap you with. What were they trying to trap this light one with? What were they trying to trap a light one with? Please and thank you. Please and thank you. Oh, they all want to come out. Wow, we. Okay. 5 of Cups. It was worry. Because the thing is as well, the amount of times that they've tried to, you know, to snatch, to take, to grab, to kidnap, to whatever, this light one, and it didn't work. So instead they were doing that kind of really subtle, nuanced spell work or projection or astral projection. You know, maybe they were trying to make things go bump in the night for your home. Maybe there was a little bit more chaos around your home. I don't know, arguments outside or whatever it is for you. But they were trying to do it in a very nuanced and continued way, just to bring in anxiety or stress or things like that you go, oh my gosh, why am I so stressed? Why am I feeling so down? Why do I want to just sit down and do nothing today? They were trying to lower your vibration, because by lowering your vibration, this person is very aware. This person is very, very aware, and this person is very, very aware that we attract like for like. So if we are vibrating at a lower and more chaotic or volatile energy, that's what we draw in. So this was the aim. It was to get you into a place where you were just vibrating at that energy, making you a lot more vulnerable and a lot more open for this type of energy in human form, as in people form, to be able to come towards you. And it didn't work because you've got 2 of Wands here. It didn't work. And you've got somebody who's very, very angry. This person is, this is about, you know, that's part of what they wanted to bring in. Okay, and it kind of makes sense as well, because I did have a reading about someone trashing their home when they found out some sort of news about a light one. Okay, but it didn't work because there was so much hanging on their neck, on the line of, and I had get that person in line, get that person in line, because I keep hearing the oracle was saying get that person in line, and they weren't able to. You've got the Explorer of Swords. I'm going to place this one over here. This may have come either from the oracle or came from this matriarchal energy, this mother energy. It could be auntie, sister, cousin, grandmother, whoever. This person may have advised them to do something to change that energy. Because if you can do that and you prove yourself, okay, and you get this person either caught or kidnapped or something happens to them, he'll come back to you. He'll come back. He'll see you as useful or something along those lines, right? But you've got the Chariot here because it didn't work. Instead, it ended up just blocking. This advice ended up blocking this person and sticking them in a rut, because you've also got the Eight of Cups. It ended up with whatever the words were used within this incantation or this chant or whatever intent it was, it ended up with this person finding some sort of balance in themselves and going, I don't want to be around you. You are too stressful. I've had enough of you. I'm done. I am done. And you've got the Guardian of Swords upside down. I'm done with your lies. I'm done with your manipulation. Who are you to speak to me like that? Because this person over here likes submissive partners. How dare you try and be my equal? I give you money, I give you this, this and this, and you do this for me. You don't question me. You don't tell me what to do. Because this person may have taken it into their own hands and gone, right, I'm going to do this thing, okay? So this person may see this person as a fool as well, okay? And this person was like, how dare you try and manipulate me? Okay, because you've got the Three of Swords coming out, and then you've got the Hanged one. So this person is just held in heartbreak. There's something here about how is it that I'm not able to dominate you or the person you're thinking of. And also this person is in heartbreak. I tried to prove myself as being useful, as being loyal, as being faithful, and I was just blocked out. And I had the gravy train has left. Tell me more about this investigator. Tell me more about this investigator, please and thank you. Please and thank you. Okay. So this investigator, ooh. So you've got the Elder of Swords here. This is what he's looking into, he or she. They're looking into lies. First, I think that's the first thing that they were looking into. Lies about you or things about slandering your name, okay? And this is fast action, okay? So they have quickly uncovered something because you've got Temperance coming out. They quickly found that the things that were said about you, because I kept getting prostitution coming up before and drugs coming up before, and they investigated this thoroughly, and there is an awareness that they have that this is not you, okay? They also looked into, you know, the things that you celebrate, the things that you invest your time and your energy into, and they could see that you actually celebrate them, okay? And then you've got Temperance over here, so they're fully aware that you didn't have anything to do with this, because you've got the Fool, which is new beginnings. That you've moved away from either, you may know this person over here, they could be an ex, they could be an ex-friend, ex-boss, blah, 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 blah. Or you may not know them at all. However, they definitely looked back in time, past timelines. Looking back, as I heard for some, they looked back 5 years or they looked back 10 years and they sifted through everything on social media. Anything that they could pick up on, and they started to see a change in whether it's your Facebook posts or your social media posts, whether you stopped posting altogether, or if you changed from just putting up things about movies to things that are more spiritual or more things to do with, you know, how we grow and, you know, a growth mindset. And they were able to paint a very accurate picture of who you are, okay, and saw that you were moving on to newer and beautiful things, okay. Then they started investigating these people or things that they saw as signs and synchronicities. And let's see what they found instead, because you've got Grief coming out, okay, and you've got Hierophant. They started seeing at the start like petty actions, and I heard between this person, this Anthony, and this Gravedigger, they started seeing pettiness happening, and I went, and this person over here. But they also noticed that even though these people were moaning, they had a lot of money, a lot of money, a lot of money. And it kind of exhausted this person in, how are they able to get this money? Where are they getting this money from? Okay. And look, you've got the Tower to the Three of Swords. That's when they started looking into things of oppressive nature. Things of oppressive nature, because the Tower in reverse is definitely about oppression. And you've got the High Priestess. That's interesting. They started looking at the timelines in your life, events in your life, experiences in your life where you had things happen to you that were either life-changing, body altering, mental health altering, you know, jobs or relationships, or, you know, had this accident or this, that, and blah, blah, blah. And then they kind of paired that to, around that time, this person's complaining, whoever this person is complaining about paying rent or something along those lines. And then all of a sudden, they have money, or they're showing all the bags that they bought, or they're posting this, and this about all the material wealth they had. That's when they started going down that line of, how are these two interlinked? How is it at this time this person is going through a massive tower, and it might be to do with your finances or blah, 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 blah. And then they look over at this person over here having all this total balance and going, well, that doesn't really mark up or make sense with the business that you have. Maybe it was in skeleton phase 5-10 years ago. And they're like, well, how is that working? Now, I have done a reading before talking about this investigator, and this investigator has faith in him or herself or their self, but also they are someone who is spiritual in some sense. It may be religious, it may be omnist, it may be, you know, but this person started looking outside of the box and linking things esoterically, okay, and going, is there any kind of, what's the word? Are there any grounds for me to link this? Should I be going by my intuition? And they were told yes, okay, because you've got Child of Cups. They were told to go with their emotion, go with their gut, go with their intuition, okay, especially with High Priestess coming out. And I heard another one bites the dust. Why did I hear another one bites the dust? Please and thank you. Why did I hear another one bites the dust? Dun, dun, dun. Another one bites the dust. And they started taking actionable steps to look into how this person was so balanced, how their business flourished so quickly. Who are they connected to? Because I heard signs rather than signs and synchronicities, because I'm seeing like a triangle. Like, you know, you sometimes see people like celebs doing this hands sign and stuff like that. This investigator started looking into symbols and symbolism, and, you know, started noticing that they were seeing things like this within this person's business, or within like a photograph. Someone may have had a tattoo along the lines of that, and then noticing that the women that this person was in photographs with had that same symbol somewhere, whether it's the arm, whether it's the neck, whether it's the leg, blah, blah, blah. And that's when they started putting this information together. You are a clever person over here, okay? Because you've got Child of Cups here to the Three of Wands. They led with their intuition. They led with their downloads. They connected to the divine and let that guide them to what was going on in the dark. Because you have the World card in reverse. What was going on in the dark? And I heard they're keeping it silent at the moment. Yeah, they're keeping it really close to their chest, really quiet. Okay, let me get another deck out. Which one? This one, this one. I've been told to get this one out. Okay, so let's have a look. Now, who is this pertaining to? That person there, okay. And it says here, don't effing force it. Okay, allow that ish to come to you. So this person may be a motivational speaker, or the person that they were with may have been a motivational speaker. For some, they may have had quite a big social media following together. They may have been a brand of some sort, okay? And they may have paired off and started doing things themselves, but still filming together, for example. But also, it's not just like social media. There's something about being a public speaker of some sort. Whether that public speaker was in a spiritual building, it could have been a church, a synagogue, something along those lines, or if they were linking that onto social media, because you do get some, you know, content creators who are part of a church, for example, but they will also have their own YouTube channel. There's something along those lines. And with this, don't force it. And then underneath it says, allow that ish to come to you. This person is very, very apt and skilled in psychology, in philosophy, in, you know, social economic studies. This person is very, very intelligent, and they have, I don't know if they have qualifications in psychology or in counseling or something along those lines, because what I'm getting as an energy for this organization, this crime syndicate, whatever's going on here, the way they pull these people in, like I said, was discombobulating their intuition and how they connect to themselves to feel whether there's a red flag or not. But there's also this energy of whoever it is that's right at the head, right at the top, the face of this, being able to pull people in and using the it's almost like wordplay of being able to read someone and give them that kind of surface level advice. Almost like when I say, you know, the more that you heal, the more that you grow, the more that you protect yourself. That's not surface level, but it's quite short and to the point. This person is very good at doing this, okay? And they're very, very good at making the other person believe that that was just specifically for them, okay? They're just talking straight to them. That was just for them. And even going deeper into it and going, well, it's linked to this and your shadow and blah, blah, blah. But all the while, all they're doing is slowly adding in techniques that whoever it is that's right at the top has created to make them feel like they can't connect to their own intuition, to their own divine source of I am. So that by the end of this harem of women, and that came up in readings, you know, a very long time ago, someone who had a harem of women, we now know that that harem of women have been brainwashed, have been, you know, around this person so much that they listen to everything they tell them. Oh, they're healing me, you know, they're helping me out. If I go and do this, this and this with this person who's actually a client, it's fine because that's what I need to release this trauma and that trauma. That's how they're playing it, okay? And you've also got here money upside down, and it says make it rain, and it's upside down. So this person also talks about abundance and how to connect with abundance and things like this. But this person they've got holes in their pocket. They can't hold on to anything because I keep hearing assets seized. Okay, and it says time to let go, move the F on, and it's upside down. This person will not let go of you or the person you're thinking of. Okay, they will not let go. They will not let go. They are focused solely on getting towards this light one. And it says ancient ish is cool, and it's upside down. And it says here you need some effing yoga in your life. Now this person may have gone on a lot of retreats, or they may have been planning their own retreat, but there's something along this organized crime kind of been covered over by this spiritual practice kind of group thing, okay, with ancient ish is cool. With it being in reverse, there's almost like the mask between what this one person says to what their actual their intent is. And you've got laugh, and it says where the F is your sense of humor. So this person over here was laughing. They were laughing all the way to the bank for a really long time. A really long time. And the double energy in this is also ensure that you are on a daily basis, and I heard for someone frequently, weekly, that you're watching things that make you genuinely laugh, that make you forget about what's happening in the world, that makes you forget about your woes and your worry, even if it's only for a couple of minutes. Because I heard serotonin levels. Getting those serotonin levels up, your endorphins up, is really important. Okay, because I heard self-soothing for someone. And right here it says it's dark and you can't see an effing thing. Get your head out of your bum pronto. Now how that's interesting. This was said to this person over here, this gravedigger, this fool or jester. Okay, because I'm looking down here at this person having enough, because it was a backfire of some sort of spell that this person did. And this person, more or less, she or he, they outed this person going, I know, I have this evidence, I have this, and this. And this person was like, you don't have any authority. You don't have any authority. You have no authoritarian effect on this group, on what we're doing. I made you. I've given you all the things that you have right now. Because I heard TikTok. This person may have a TikTok or an Instagram or a YouTube of their own. And he was like, you only have all of that. And you have certain followers because I brought them over, or I paid them. Okay. You know, get your head out of your bum thinking that you are, you know, grander than you actually are. Because look underneath, it says stop effing whining. No one wants to listen to that ish. Complaining makes you weak. Have the strength to change the world, so do it. And I'm taking from this the bit at the top, which is no one likes to listen to that ish. Complaining makes you weak. This person didn't want to hear anything from them at all. Okay. Let me know a little bit more about what's being used right now. Because you've got here the fairy ring witch and the abracadabra witch. This person's also been cut off from the energies that they were using, or I hope they spat it out. There's something about offending the fae. They were using some sort of elemental magic, okay? And it's gone kablooey for them. And you don't, the thing is as well, is that I respect the fae. I don't work with the fae, because fae can be very temperamental. There are so many different types of fae, and fae meaning fairies. And the thing is as well that there isn't really a book of rules on if you work with a particular type of fae. What do you do to, you know, work in harmony with them? In that, you know, it may be that you're doing prayer or affirmations or manifestations to bring in abundance. Let's say you want to, you know, up your bank account, and you call in fae to help you, whether that's lift your vibrations or blah, 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 blah. However, you can be very specific in what it is that you want. They may ask you for something, maybe an offering of honey or blah, 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 whatever. It doesn't mean they're going to give you what it is that you've specifically asked for in the way or modality that you asked for it. It's almost like, you know, rubbing the lamp on a genie. You know, the genie comes out, you've got 3 wishes. Each wish will always have some sort of price attached to it. It's almost like saying, you know, I wish that I was the tallest man in the world, and then everybody else shrinks. That kind of thing. There's always a kickback, and this person did something to disrespect them. You've got here the brown witch and the hell hath no fury witch. This person was disrespectful. They may have cast something towards them because they didn't get exactly what they thought they were getting. Whenever they've done something to try and mess with your finances, and that came out in a previous reading, and they were so angry that it went wrong because they had called in this energy and it didn't give them what they want because they didn't read the fine print. Okay, so what's happened to this person over here? What's happening to this person over here because of that? Oof, awareness just got knocked down. And you've got over here the North Witch and the Bat Witch. So something, and especially with it's dark and you can't see a thing, there's something's been attached to them. Something's been sent to them from fairies, from faes, from elementals, okay? And the North Witch being upside down, this has knocked them from what they saw as, there's something about your freezer spells don't work, but there's something else that's been attached to them now. And you've got the Treasure Witch upside down. So they may have done some sort of elemental hex or block or something to their finances to bring in any type of abundance. And you've got the Heavenly Witch upside down, and now they have something attached to them with the same intent that they had. Whoa, you've got the old hag coming out. They may have the energy of a hag of some sort attached to them. Wowee. The wickedest witch. Oh my goodness. So that's what's going down for them. Now, I would like to know, what would you like my light ones to focus on while the clowns are in town? Okay. And you've got truth. Look at that. Taking an honest look inside means admitting your own mistakes. Keep doing your healing. Keep speaking your truth. Keep forging forward. Okay. Because doing so is knocking them down one by one. And you've also got here Raphael in reverse, and it says challenging circumstances but must be navigated with wisdom. So this is going internal, leading with your heart space, okay, and following, trusting and leading with your heart space, with your intuition. And I heard call in your angels whenever you need them. Call in your angels. And I keep hearing Archangel Michael, but also the violet flame angels are needed right now. Because look, Michael's coming out again. And it says here, you may not be able to change things, but you can change the way you look at them. Okay, and this is coming back to uplifting the energy around you through your thoughts and intention. And here you have Uriel. Okay, Archangel Uriel, and it says, helping others can bring unexpected rewards in our own lives. And that is upside down. So you're also being told to protect your energy. Okay, you don't have to help every single person that asks you for help, and I know that can sound quite self-serving or selfish, but we do live in a society where we are frowned upon if we don't help everyone else, if we always put other people as priorities first. But you are being called to reserve your energy, to be able to pick, you know, who it is when someone comes forward. Do you have the time, the energy, you know, the emotional balance at that time to help that person? And if you don't, saying a big fat no. Now, anything else that would like to come out, Zadki or clarity, declutter your surroundings, avoid negative influences, and strike off non-essential tasks. There you go. You don't have to help everyone. Just because that neighbour knocks on the door and says, I need you to come and help me do with this, this and this, you don't have to even answer the door if you don't want to. Okay? And there is definitely someone that needs to do some sort of house cleansing, whether that is smoke cleansing, sound cleansing, laughter, whatever you use to cleanse your energy. Someone's being asked to declutter their home or the space around them, or this could be mental clutter, especially when it says strike off non-essential tasks. Take time for yourself. Take time for yourself. Take time to rest, to, you know, invite that energy, an influx of, you know, ease and tranquility and peace into your home, into your heart, into your mind. Anything else that wants to come out? I have no. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. I hope that gave you some confirmation and clarity on what you already intuitively know. I know that was a longer read than usual, but that needed to come out. If you are new to my channel and this resonated for you, I'd love, love, love you to hit on the like, the subscribe and the notification bell so you can see more of my wonderful content. And if you are a returning subscriber, as always, I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your comments and your emails. I do appreciate them. And anyone that feels moved to leave a donation, it's never expected, never, never, but always greatly appreciated, because it just means that I can put more time, more love and more cards into this channel. And anyone looking for a personal reading, all of my information is in the description box down below. If you go to the second paragraph down, there is a row of blue arrows pointing up. I have 2 emails there. With that being said, I hope you have a wonderful morning, wonderful afternoon, evening or night, wherever you are in the world. And I'll see you in the next reading. Bye-bye.